Hello, and welcome. This is Portlock, my sailing OneChunk Ironman. And for the last few months, we've been sailing the seas of Gillinor, one chunk at a time, accomplishing everything we can before moving on. Now, last episode, we finished one of our biggest grinds to date and rolled an astounding 10 chunks before landing on our current one. Now, our current chunk contains sea creatures called eagle rays that we have to deal with. Now, what is an eagle ray, you might ask? Well, let's take a look. Eagle ray, a cartilaginous fish native to the southern oceans of Gillinor. The eagle ray's diet primarily consists of seeds and herbs it scavenges from the ocean floor. These can often be found intact in the digestive tract of deceased eagle rays. The eagle ray has a barbed instrument at the end of their tail. These barbs are often used to increase the efficacy of fishing nets. Welcome aboard to Portlock.
Hey, welcome back to Portlock, episode 14?
Yeah, 14. We are right back at it, where last episode we rolled a whole bunch of chunks, opened up our map a bunch, did not get too much, but now we do have a pretty big eagle ray grind. And so we are just sitting here in this safe spot, taking them on. We have a whole host of things that we need to get. As we're getting them, as I head back to the port to kind of deposit my inventory, we will be checking things off at that point, which I think we're going to have to do here pretty soon. But we have a total of 18 different things we need to get. A handful of things we got at the end of last episode, when we got an inventory from the eagle rays, but we still have 18 different things to get. The highest drop rate, lowest drop rate, the lowest drop rate being in the torsal seed at a whopping 1 in 1,965. That is kind of the only concern here. Hopefully we get that sooner rather than later, because that will be definitely the biggest unknown from this grind. We do also have a dwarf weed seed at 1 in 982. So that's also potentially rough, but much more concerned about the torsal seed. Regardless, this shouldn't take, it'll probably take a number of hours, but it's not something that I am too concerned about. Kind of like when we rolled this chunk and needed to kill a couple thousand dolphins for the Echo Pearl. I guess we only killed 1,100 of those, but that wasn't too awful bad. I'm expecting this to be pretty similar. Hopefully we don't have to kill 2,000 eagle rays for that torsal seed. Hopefully we don't have to kill multiple times that for the torsal seed, but we will see. That's pretty much all that we have to do for these chunks, however, is kill a bunch of eagle rays. Yeah. After that, we will be rolling some new chunks. But let's see, what can we check off our list? Okay, so in the chunk picker, we have these 18 different things we need to get from the eagle rays. We got toadflax seeds, grimy marintail. We have gotten a number of those. Grimy lantidine, 1 in 266.7. Nice. So I think... Oh no, Ranar seed. Okay. I didn't think we had gotten that before.
Ran our seed. Okay. Hey, no more scroll bar. Cool. That is a couple of things. The 4 things we can check off there. Okay. This is what we're looking like so far. I want to get... I'm sure there's a plugin. Is there an herb plugin? Here we go. Okay, I found the setting. In the item identification setting, you can turn this on to see what they are at a glance. Do I want to... Is that too much? I'm gonna try that for now, because I don't remember what these seeds are off the top of my head. Neither do I remember which herbs are which off the top of my head, so I am going to try this for now. But I think this will make it easier to keep track of all the items from the Eagle Ray that I'm getting. So we're gonna go with it for now. But yeah, I am just going to be, for some indeterminate amount of time, killing Eagle Rays.
It is my purpose.
Okay, back with another trip. Killed 101 Eagle Rays total. This is what we've gotten. So, let's see here. Adentine, 1 in 200 drop. Got that out of the way, nice. We have 2 of those. Grimy Earet. We did get those. And I think that is everything. 2 more knocked off our list. Okay. Another trip done, another couple of things to check off our chunk list. Okay, something got messed up. The last couple of things I checked off are missing. But from our current inventory, we have Arlander Seed, Grimy Marentil. No, we have Snapegrass Seed. That was not the one I meant to hit. We do not have a Snapdragon Seed, we have Snapegrass Seed. Okay. Something got messed up. This is what we're actually looking at now after our 4th trip, after 150. We're only missing Avento from the herbs, and cactus seeds as far as the non-herb seeds go. So, only 10 things left. Do, of course, have a 1 in 1,000 drop, 1 in 2,000 drop, 1 in 650 drop. So, will be a while before we get all 10 things. But, making progress. My way back to the Eagle Rays. I'm never going to remember that name. I'm absolutely never going to remember that name. On my way back to the Eagle Rays, found a lost wooden crate. Is this more mind runes, maybe? No. No, it isn't. I'm just gonna drop that. 76 ranged. We made it back. This time, we got an Earet seed. We also, some other time, got a Toadflax seed, and we didn't mark that off. But if we go to the chunk picker, we can cross off an Earet seed and the Toadflax seed. 32 of 40, only 8 remaining. Dwarfweed seed. That is the second highest drop from the Eagle Rays. We have killed... Oh wow, we've killed 214 of them. That's actually more than I was expecting. Huh. That is... I mean, that's... Honestly, that's awesome. That was the 1 in 982.5 drop. Back with another inventory. And this time, we got that grimy Avanto. So we can grimy Avanto, the 1 in 91.41 drop. That's completed. And that was the last grimy herb we needed. Was the Avanto. We are getting a good collection of herbs here. Are Quarms, like, however the hell you pronounce that, more or less, more common? Oh, huh, okay. So let's see, Quarms, Dwarfweed, Adentine, and Lantidine. These are, I think, more common than they otherwise would be, because they're actually 2 drops of those 4. One that's noted, one that's not noted. It's probably more common to get one of these than it is to get an Avanto. I'm just curious about this. So give me a second. Okay. I'm back. It's actually really interesting, because there are 2 different drops for the Grimy Quarm, Grimy Dwarfweed, Grimy Cadentine, and Grimy Lantidine. Their, like, positions change. The rarest grimy herb is actually the grimy Lantidine, at an effective rate of 1 in 108.5, and then below that is the Dwarfweed at 1 in 95.5. Dwarfweed is the higher tier herb, and the regular drops, the Dwarfweed is higher, but the noted drops, well no, the regular drops, the 2 are the same, but the noted drops, the Dwarfweed is more common. And then there's Avanto at 91.4, and then Cadentine at 1 in 81.3, and then Irrit at 1 in 68.6, and then Quarm at 1 in 65.1, and then the rest. So that's, hopefully I put a diagram on screen to explain all this. I just think it's interesting that the drops kind of work out like that.
Math is a really cool thing.
But, long story short, we've gotten all the herbs now. We still need a cactus seed, still need a Quarm seed, a Lantidine seed, poison ivy seed, snapdragon seed, and torstal seed. So, yeah, back to it. I'm really glad we unlocked these eagle rays and have to do the seed grind with them. All in all, not awful drop rates on them. I mean, 1 in 2,000 for the torstal isn't really all that bad. I was actually, because we started Lamping Slayer, and at 32 Slayer, we unlocked Mogres, which we have a bunch of Mogres over here we can kill when we get to 32 Slayer. And the Mogres also drop, I believe, all of these same seeds, just at like 3 times less of a rate. So like the torstal seed for Mogres is a 1 in 6,707, rather than a 1 in 1,965. So definitely thankful we got these guys before we got the Mogres. We would still, I was just looking at the Mogre drop table to see what else is on there. There are a couple of uniques for Mogres, Mud Skipper hats, and flippers. They also drop big bones, which would be a nice boost to prayer. Otherwise, they have a 1 in 128 drop. of a fishbowl and a staff of water. A fishbowl is a fishbowl. There are very few things you can use a fishbowl for. But the staff of water would actually give us a magic staff we can wield even at 11 magic. Right now, we only have access to battle staffs, which you need... Yeah, we have access to battle staffs, not regular staffs. So we need 30 magic to wield battle staffs. But yeah, I just thought I'd share that. Makes me even happier we rolled these guys. They're not in and of themselves a terrible grind, and they save us from a significantly worse grind down the road. Okay, let's see. I think we got... Yes. Parm Seed. Yeah. Parm Seed, 1 and 218. Still no Cactus Seed. Man, I don't have a... No. I have 6 Potato Cactus Seeds. Which is interesting. So it's a lost wooden crate, but it's not just a lost wooden crate. It's a lost camphor crate.
It's not just a boulder. It's a rock.
Which I've never seen before, and I think only recently got that. I think it's like 85 you can start getting these. Is that anything good? U-Seed. Huh. Okay. I mean, I guess I'll take it. I mean, U-Seeds will definitely come in handy at some point. Could have had a runite bar in it. Could have had blood runes, rune battle axe, black dragon leather, a super combat potion, a 2-dose super combat potion, a camphor plank, or amethyst arrows. So I think literally anything else besides the U-Seeds would have been more interesting there. Alright, it has been a couple of trips without getting anything, but this time I believe... Yes. A poison ivy berry. Not poison ivy berry, poison ivy seed. That is the 1 in 151.15 drop. We have done 440. So, definitely dry on the cactus seed, dry on the snapdragon seed, and approaching the lantidime seed, and a ways away from the torsal seed. There's been an update to ship combat. Handful of things changed. The cannon fires slower, but deals more damage, so it uses less cannonballs, which is definitely nice. It actually feels like, and I don't actually have any stats to back this up, but it feels like it's faster. I feel like I'm killing these guys faster. I think the cannon is like 1 tick slower. And my max hit was 9, now it's 16. They sped up the harvest animation, which screws me up a little bit though, because it doesn't finish when I have it like around a rock or something. So that's a little annoying. I'm sure they'll fix that at some point though. But they also, and my boat is different now, they also added a second place that you can put a cannon on each side. You can only have a max of 2 cannons, but you can put them both on the same side now, so that you and a crew member can attack things at the same time. There's also a new option with the cannons for your crew members to fire at will. I wanted to see what the impact was with just me doing this. So I wasn't doing that this time. But that should make it a lot easier. Like, I should just be able to park my boat over here, put Ada on one of the cannons, and tell her to fire at will. and I'm hoping that'll go pretty well. Depending on how well that goes, like the next time I'm down here, I'm going to try it. Depending on how well that goes, though, I may end up doing that, even though it would cost me a lot more repair kits than safe spotting. So we will have to see with that. I tried to use Ada to fire this other cannon while I'm also firing this cannon. She sucks. Like, I am killing these things more than 3 times as fast as she is. So, like, it's certainly a little faster, but now the boat's taking so much more damage because she's taking forever to kill them. So, I don't know. I mean, I might try this a little bit more, but it's not looking good. I mean, I may just do all the killing myself and have Ada just navigate. She's only a level 2. She only has 2 privateering, which I think is what determines... Yeah, I mean, she can only fire up to a steel cannon. Well, that's what determines her max hit. Actually, I'm gonna have to think about this, because this would cost me 75,000 coins. But I could put both cannons on the same side, and then we would attack the same Eagle Ray. I don't know. Might be something worth trying. Hey, look at that! We got a cactus seed! That's one of the 4 things we needed. So, cactus seed, 1 in 163.75 drop. We got at kill number 581. So, little bit dry on that. Hey, look at this. Lost teat crate. Let's see what this is. Okay, green dragon leather. It was not the mithril bar, so I'm happy with that. Green dragon leather can certainly come in handy once we get a crafting level and access to needle and thread. So happy about that. Yeah. That is cool. Okay, I am going to move both my cannons to the same side. Also, yeah, I do need a facility bottle, it looks like. Ooh, 75,000 coins. That's a lot. Although a lot better than trying to get the steel again for the cannon. Now, how do I use this thing? I wanted to put it on the... Yes, left side. If I use this on the steel cannon... Bottle it. Yes. And I'm going to need a hammer and saw, aren't I? Okay, yeah. We need a hammer and saw. Okay. I put that on the right side, right? I mean, no, I put it on the left side. I put it on the correct side, right? I don't really want to spend 150,000 coins to move them again. But no, yeah, that's the side I wanted to put them on. It's the side I, safe spot sharks on. So, I will give that a shot, and we'll see how well that goes. So, let's try this out. Okay. Defaults to following the captain's target. So if I attack this guy, you're both going to attack them. Oh, she can actually hit more than a 4. You know? That was not bad. Here, let's see. Okay. Let's move a bit more over here. Okay. I have been doing some testing, and it actually looks like it's increasing, quite a bit. So, I did some testing with just myself on the cannon. That looked to be 35 to 40 seconds to kill one of these guys. And then when both of us were on the cannon, it looked to be 25 to 30 seconds. So saving like 10 plus seconds on each kill. Which is definitely nice. But yeah, that is definitely improving things. I am obviously going to go through repair kits. I mean, we have 1,000 teak ones. So, like, I'm not too fussed about them. And we can also buy regular ones. Especially because these guys aren't going to be doing a ton of damage to me. But just every... Oh shit, that's a snapdragon seed. Hold on a second. Oops. Wasn't ready for that. So that is dragon. Yeah, that's a snapdragon seed. Awesome. If I go over here, snapdragon 1 in 393. That is checked off our list. Now we just need Lantidime and the Torstal. Who knows when I'll get either of those. We're at 617 kills. So we are getting pretty close to the drop rate from the Lantidime. And, again, Torstal, 1 in 2,000, 1 in 1,965, is, still a little ways off. But, now that we're doing this, I think it should be even faster. Not that these guys were tremendously slow to kill before. But yes, I think I'm going to be doing this. We're of course using more cannonballs, we're using more repair kits. But I think it'll be worth it. If it ends up being too much of a drain on my resources, I can always go back to safe spotting them. Ooh, mahogany crate. Watermelon seeds. Nice. I already had some of those. Oh. 1 XP. Wow. Okay. 1 XP away from the range level. Now, 77 range. Scorching bows. 61 combat. Cool. Alright, this is kill number 1,000. We've killed 1,000 eagle rays. And seaweed. Still looking for the Lantidime and Torstal seeds. But we've gotten quite a bit of good stuff. Bunch of herbs, bunch of seeds, bunch of sand, bunch of ray barbs. Not too shabby. We've gotten 21 easy clue steps. This is like not a bad way to get easy clues. I've dropped every single one of them though. I've been looking for... There's an easy clue like right here. So I've been looking for that easy clue. Have not gotten it yet. But yeah, still looking for the Lantidime seed, still looking for the Torstal seed. Huh. So I just got this easy clue, which is an interesting one, because it's actually in my chunks. I didn't realize there was an easy clue here, but there is. I, of course, can't access the land here, so this will be another one I'm dropping. I just thought that was an interesting one. Alright. This is kill number 1310. And no Lantidime seed. That is twice the drop rate. It's 1 in 655 drop rate. We're now 2 times dry on it. Still have another, actually, exactly. Is that right? Is mathing? Yeah, okay. So if we get to the drop rate for the Torstal seed, that will be exactly 3 times dry. That's interesting. But makes sense, I guess. Anyways, time to head back. Got a full inventory. I was not prepared for this. 78 ranged. Lost wooden crate. More mind runes. Or that. Oh, I was just coming to my bank to check to see what everything looked like. So I've been using the bank deposit box, and I just completely missed that I got a Lantidime seed. We can go over here and check that off. Now, the only thing we have left is the Torstal seed. Like 33 kills ago is when I got that. So it just did not register at all. So you may have noticed also that I have a couple of new things up here. So this first bar is from Monster Monitor, which is a plugin that I've had for a while. It just keeps track of the number of monster kills you've made. You can also set like limits on the number you're like going for. Ooh, Lost Oak Crate, cool. And then, so that's from Monster Monitor. That's a plugin I've had for a while. Loot Tracker doesn't track monsters that have like none drops. And so it, whatchamacallit. And, so Loot Tracker doesn't work. Oak Plank coupons, yeah. But, Loot Tracker doesn't work for monsters with none drops. Monster Monitor does. And so that's like the main reason I got that, to be able to keep track of how many monsters I've killed more accurately than Loot Tracker does. And then I have it set to a kill limit of 1,965, which is the drop rate for Torstal seeds. Just as a thing to put there. But I've killed 1,865 so far, so 100 left before drop rate for the Torstal seed. The other thing is this box here, which is Loot HUD, and that shows just any loot you get. And so I was getting annoyed because I would get a drop, not know what it was because things stack and I can't tell the difference between seeds. And so I'd have to go into the like recent kills from Loot Tracker to figure out what it was, and got tired of doing that, and so I got this instead. And this just updates like that, just every time. Which, with this, I am very surprised. I definitely had this when I got the Lantidime seed, and I guess just didn't look at it. And so I missed it. Not even 50 kills later, I got another Lantidime seed. That's great. It's a lost wooden crate right outside my chunks. Can I reach it? No. Yeah. What do we got this time? Oh, sick. Mind runes. That is super nice. That's a bunch more magic XP. So we are currently 11. Almost 12. Fire Strike's at 13. Earth Strike is at... Let's see, we need to get to 17. We don't think we'll be able to do that. Okay, it is 1,548 magic XP to get to 17. Once we get to 17, we actually have a method to train magic. Oh. Cool, and a Quizmaster. Oh, wow. Even more runes. Nature runes. Sweet. Alright, so I think with those 80 nature runes, I think we're 400 to 500 XP short. We need one more set of mind runes in order to get there. And then once we do, we have a source of chaos runes, we have a source of air runes, we have a source of death runes. We can train up to... I mean, that becomes a high... If we get another source of... If we get another source of mind runes, that will be a 55 magic requirement. It will also be a big smithing grind as well to get to 62. It'll also be a 62 smithing grind because we'll have access to superheat item, and we have mithril and coal. We also have lead. That unlocks a bunch of things for us as well. I am going to use these up. Fire, earth, and air. And I'm also going to get I'm also going to use the Rune Dagger. I forgot about this before. The Rune Dagger gives a +1 magic attack bonus. I think daggers in general do that, maybe? So... I'm going to use all these on Earth Strike, and then Fire Strike when we get there.
Oh, I'm so going to regret this.
And honestly, I'm hoping we don't get to level 17. I suppose it's possible, but a little concerning if we do that, because that unlocks so many extra things we need to do. Oh joy. So let's give it a shot, see where we get. Again, I don't think we'll get to 17, but I gotta at least try. There we go. Fire Strike. Let's start using that then.
I did not think that through!
15 magic. Do we get anything for that? Bones to bananas. Which... Son of a... Oh, that's... I don't know, I don't want to do that, though. That's such a waste of nature runes. That is a different story. I didn't think of that. I don't want to use... Well, these chunks just got a lot longer. Okay. Okay, that was our last rat kill. Oh, this is gonna be interesting. So we are currently at 15, almost 16. Oh god. We need 378 experience to get to... we need 378 experience to get to level 17. Bones to Bananas gives 25 experience per spell. Means we need to cast it 16 times. We have well more than enough nature runes to do that. Well more than enough earth runes to do that. And well more than enough water runes to do that. Oh gosh. Okay. Let's do this. Dropping all the bones and only doing one bone at a time. Now 16 magic. Basic reanimation. Ah, this is such a waste of nature runes. And 17 magic. Unlocked Wind Bolt, which means we now have a way to properly train magic. Went to being so close to finishing these chunks to being wildly far from finishing these chunks. Let's see this.
A few minutes later.
Okay. Probably shouldn't have used my fire runes to cast spells. That would have been smart. So, because I did, kinda screws me over a little bit. Well, I guess that's not the right way to say it. It changes what we are capable of doing a bit. So, we now have access to Wind Bolt, which means we have a way to actually train magic. The way I am handling magic spells is that I have to get to the highest level utility spell that I can cast. So in this case, technically it would be level 55 for high level alchemy. However, I feel that there's a much more important one at 43 for superheat item. Superheat item, among other things, unlocks the ability to smelt ores. And so we have mithril and coal. We have a bunch of mithril, a bunch of coal. If we go the mithril route, that would cause a big smithing grind for a couple of best in slot items. However, it also unlocks lead. Now we have enough for 8 casts of... We have enough fire runes remaining for 8 casts of superheat item. And we have a bunch of lead ore. This opens up a number of other things that we can make on our boat, which I feel, this being a sailing OneChunk, that takes priority over best in slot. So because we have a limited number of casts, that's what I will be going for, is the lead ore. Now we can make 8 lead bars. We have a handful of things we can make with those. The steel salvaging hook, which requires 3 lead bars. The rope trawling net, which requires 2 lead bars. And the teak cargo hold, which requires 3 lead bars. We don't have any access to trawling at the moment. There are no trawling spots within our chunks, though there is one here. Now, we do have 2 spots for steel salvaging hooks. However, they each require 3 lead bars, which means we wouldn't be able to make the teak cargo hold. We would, however, be able to make the rope trawling net. So I think what I'm going to do, what to me the best boat setup would be, is 1 steel salvaging hook, a teak cargo hold, and then just hanging on to the last 2 lead bars, in case we get to... I mean, with the way these chunks were rolled, basically just went straight south. It's entirely possible we get here to this trawling shoal on our next chunk. Which would, of course, unlock trawling, but we need a trawling net for. And so I feel the best thing to do is to make a single steel salvaging hook, a teak cargo hold, and then a hold on to the last 2 steel bars, with the intention of using them to make a rope trawling net if we get access to a trawling shoal. Getting those mind runes has added a couple more things that we need to do. We need to get to 43 magic to cast Superheat item. We then need to make a steel salvaging hook and a teak cargo hold, with the lead bars that gives us access to. I think that is the best use of the resources that we have. Could also get up to 55 for high level alchemy, but with using the fire runes for Superheat item, we wouldn't actually be able to cast it. Or that would take away 1 lead bar, which means we wouldn't have enough to make a rope trawling net. So, that's my plan. 43 magic for Superheat item, make a steel salvaging hook, and a teak cargo hold to improve my boat. Hopefully that makes sense to everyone, and you all agree with it. If you don't, if you think there's something better I should do, by all means let me know. But, for the time being, since we are already here, may as well start casting Windbolt. Also, we have a battle staff. We need 30 magic to wield the battle staff, which we will get well before Superheat item, but that will make it so much nicer to cast spells once we can wield it. So that is awesome. We also have Mystic Boots. Oh my god. We need 40 magic to wear the Mystic Boots. So we actually now have best in slot magic equipment. Superheat item is 43 magic. So by the time we get there, we will be able to wield both of these things. So that's just additional things on our way. That's awesome. The water battle staff will also save us water runes. But also, we have 33,000 water runes, so it's not something I'm concerned about. But what I will do, when we get to 23, I'll switch over to Water Bolt. Because we have so many water runes. And then when we get to 30, and then not going to use Earth Bolt, not going to use Fire Bolt. Also, 41 is Wind Blast. So when we get to 41, we'll be switching to Wind Blast, because we do also have a source of Death Runes. We get the Death Runes from the Bull Sharks, we get the Chaos Runes from the Hammerhead Sharks. And so, yeah. guess let's get to wind blasting. 20 magic. 23 magic. Which means water bolt. Wait, did I not? God damn it, I thought I brought the water runes with me. I apparently didn't. Alright, water runes. Nice. And 25 magic. Oh! Actually... God, I'm stupid. With the boat combat changes, they took away the decreased damage from non-cannons. And so I should try... That's what I'll do. I should try attacking sea creatures. Because that would probably be a lot more helpful. Let's just give it a shot on the... There's some bull sharks out here that you can reach from this spot. That'll be probably a lot better. Still won't get any prayer XP because, sharks don't have bones. But I'll be able to do this. And assuming it goes well, once I get the water battle staff, I'll probably just move back to the eagle rays. I'll probably go out on my boat, move back to the eagle rays, and kill them while training magic. There we go. I think if I stand here, it can attack me. Yeah, let's not stand there. Oh, apparently it backs up after that happened. But yeah, so this is actually a viable way to do it now. I'll do the bull sharks here until I get to 30 magic to where I can use the water battle staff. And then go out on my boat and attack the eagle rays. And that way I can be working towards both the Torstal Seed and my magic at the same time. Alright, this should be level 30 magic. Have unlocked battle staves. That is so nice. Now, I can just do this. Sit back and relax. I don't need to worry about constantly attacking them. So after I finish off this guy, we'll probably head back to the eagle rays. See if we can get that Torstal Seed. And this is kill 1965. Are we gonna get the Torstal? Seaweed. Torstal Seed. Alright. That is unfortunate. But we are officially drowned the Torstal Seed, which is far and away the worst one to go dry on. So let's see, let's change this to 3,930. That's the 2 times. That'll be the 2 times drop rate. And yeah. Still have a bunch of magic to do. We're at, what, 34? 34 magic. Not too far away from getting the magic boots. And not too much farther away from getting the, Wind Blast. 35 magic. Have Firebolt, definitely not going to be using that. We need our fire runes.
And I won't be making the same mistake twice.
And level 40 magic. Do a bunch of stuff. Mystic robes. That's the main one. Which means we can wear, finally, the mystic boots. which will improve our accuracy a bit. 41 magic. That is level 4 Wind Blast. Though, I didn't bring my death runes, so that will be a thing for when we get back to shore. Okay, we are back at the Pandemonium. I just finished the trip with the Eagle Rays. So I'm back, using Wind Blast to kill this last shark, and this should give us final magic level we need. Any one of these. And okay, 43 magic. You have unlocked Superheat item. Let's finish the shark off real quick. Okay, there we go. Anything good? Addy plate legs, not bad. So we can deposit all of those things. And now we need the nature runes, we need the fire runes, and we need all of our lead. See, we should be able to make, takes what, 4? Yeah, 4. 8. And I think we'll have one less over, because that would be 32 fire runes. So, let's do this. Eight lead bars, we have 1 fire rune left over, which means we can't cast, unfortunately we can't cast alchemy. I really didn't think about, really wish I had thought about the fire rune situation before I started casting Fire Strike. I was just thinking it was going to be more experience. And now we are out until we get another maze random. But, teak cargo hold. We need 3 lead bars, 8 teak planks, and 32 steel nails. Oh, and hammer and saw. Modify out cargo hold. Replace with a teak cargo hold. Build. Nice. We now have a teak cargo hold, which should, I believe, be able to hold, instead of 60, 90 items. Yes, 90. This will absolutely come in handy. Anyways, back to the Eagle Rays. Let's get that Torstal Seed. 79 ranged. Nice. Alright, 2,500 kills and a bucket of sand. Well, 10 buckets of sand. Still no Torstal Seed. But 2,500 kills. Kinda cool. We got it. We got the Torstal Seed. God, I was actually about to go to bed for the night. But yeah, the Torstal Seed, awesome. That is,
I swear she ain't using real words.
honestly, I was ready to go 3 or 4 times dry on that. I was thinking it, let's see, Torstal Seed, checked off our list. Unfortunately, We still have... So even though we have the Torsal Seed now checked off our list, we don't need to kill any more Eagle Rays. We just need to build a steel salvaging hook now. And that is the only thing that we have, and we have a lost wooden crate here. That is the only thing that we have remaining on our list. I think, however... Oh, fun. Seeds. Not like I have enough of them already. So I think I might call the episode here, though. It'll take me, I don't know, maybe a couple of days. I don't exactly know what it's going to look like with the key cargo hold. I think it's going to be a little bit faster. But if we go from our numbers from the last couple of times, that's almost 30 hours of salvaging. So it will definitely be a couple of days. And so I am going to call it here for now. But that does mean that I have a pretty good idea of when I'll be done with these chunks. And so I think I'm comfortable saying I'll be having a chunk rolling stream this coming Saturday, March 28th at 3 p.m. Central Standard Time. So look forward to that. Hope to see you all there. If not, no worries though. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.